Beep, 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 beep. Welcome to the Court of the Digester. And thank you very much for watching and continuing to watch. To all my supporters, thank you very much. You can now join and become a Jesterite. Go on, do it, won't hurt you. Then you get some content with our adverts and stuff I'm putting together that's new. It's all fairly new, but there's a few of us in there now. It's quite fun, little community. And also, Warrior Teacher starting in January. So expect to see some stuff coming up at the end of October, beginning of November, so we can start getting people lined up. Yeah, you'll know that I recently did a piece on Athena Swan, which was written by Colette Colfer working in Ireland, and I thought that it was only fair and right that I follow up with this next piece which Colette has done, which came out on the 21st of October. So this is hot off the press for them. You're probably getting it a day or so later. Okay, so Colette has already done some work about what do you want to call it? The capture of the funding streams in Ireland by Athena Swan, or Advance HE. And the title of the article is An Athena, a Swan Song. The equality scheme threatens the intellectual foundations of Irish institutions. So we're moving back into a very serious territory here. So let me just give you a breakdown of what's being said. The entire higher education sector in Ireland has become swamped in bureaucracy. The administration of an equality scheme threatens the intellectual foundation of Irish universities, sucks up valuable resources, promotes ideology as fact, reinterprets Irish legislation to suit its own aims and objectives, involves the collection of unreliable data, and suffocates the open exchange of ideas that is a wellspring of a healthy, functioning democracy. Brilliant opening paragraph there. It also applies to the UK, by the way. In the UK, Colette continues, the Athena Swan Charter was launched in 2005 with the stated aim of supporting women working in the disciplines of science, technology, engineering, maths and medicine, STEM, STMM. In Ireland, the Centre for Women in Science and Engineering Research, WISER, at Trinity College Dublin, identified a need for such a scheme in Ireland. This eventually led to the launch of the Athena Swan Ireland Charter in February 2015. Oh, hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it, folks? If we look back and gone, no, probably not a good idea to do that. How are you going to get them out now? I don't know. Well, they just have to be dismissed when they go. We're not doing you anymore. Now, the insistence on the importance of Athena Swan has been reiterated in two separate higher education authority national reviews of gender equality in Irish higher education institutions in 2016 and 2022. So what Colette is saying here, this is an ongoing problem. We need to do something. We've got to get this Athena Swan gone. It has to go. The charter is operated by the UK-based charity Advance HE, which recorded an income of almost 16 million in the year up to the 31st of July 2022. Advance HE has 150 employees, one of whom is listed as having total benefits of £200,000 to £250,000. Advance HE was registered as a limited company in Ireland in September 2021 with an address in Cork City. However, a company report dated March 2023 observes that it is a dormant company. That's interesting, isn't it? It is now compulsory for Irish higher education institutions to sign up to the Athena Swan Ireland Charter, which is centrally funded by the Higher Education Authority. Participation is also necessary to be eligible for research funding from all of Ireland's major research funding bodies. Total and complete capture by woke lunatics. That's what this is. The Athena Swan Ireland Charter has evolved from its original aim of advancing the careers of women in STEM disciplines to now cover equality more broadly, with consideration of all disciplines and all staff. Engagement with the Charter involves a huge workload entailing the development of complex award applications. In other words, they're having their homework marked by a British NGO, paid for by themselves, who is telling them when they're getting it wrong and how they'll think as they proceed, on pain of not getting your money. This is totalitarianism. This is well on the way to totalitarianism. They grade them, right? So you get a bronze, silver, gold. You know the kind of thing. Usual boondoggle stuff, yeah? Great word, boondoggle. Go look it up. That's a part of the American culture I'd quite happily bring here. Boondoggle. In Britain, we call it a con or a scam. As opposed to a wheeze, which feels like a con or a scam, but it's, legal and good. Con and scam, a wheeze. Isn't it a wheeze? This isn't a wheeze, it's a scam. Now, Colette's saying here that unlike in Ireland, participation in the Athena Swan Charter in the UK is optional. That's a really interesting point, Colette. I would say it might be worth you looking at how UKRI are now working, because actually the funding stipulates you've got to spend that much on EDI. It just doesn't say you have to spend it with Athena Swan. It's just insane. Engagement with the scheme involves signing up to the Athena Swan Ireland Charter Principles. The original 10 principles, and there's links in the article by Colette here, focused primarily on women and included a commitment to overcoming obstacles and challenges faced by women. The word women was mentioned in those principles 6 separate times. The new Charter Framework principles do not mention the word woman even once. This signals the scheme's new trajectory. Gender ideology, trans nonsense, children being sterilised and butchered. That's what these people are. They're the harbingers of child harm. It's cult, plain and simple. Colette goes on to talk about the fact that he used to do some good stuff. I was a supporter. It did used to do some good stuff. But not anymore. It's completely unfit for purpose. They all need to go. We don't need any of it, right? You get on with your dad, go to work, do your job. You want an affinity group? Have it outside work. Badminton, sewing, photography, hill walking, leaf peeping. Right? I don't care what you want. Leaf peeping. I don't care what you want to do outside of work. Do it outside of work. We need to get these affinity groups gone because they are causing the problem. And then these affinity groups push pressure on the organisations to sign up to the likes of Athena Swan or Stonewall or the LGBT Foundation or whichever bunch of scamsters are now at it again. Colette's right to be concerned. Very right to be concerned. Plenty to read, but just to give you one more flavour before I go. The operation of the Athena Swan Charter Island siphons off valuable time, energy and financial resources from the third level education sector. It is linked to the misinterpretation of Irish legislation, the collection of unreliable data and the imposition of contested theories and ideals. It has questionable outcomes and negatively impacts spaces that allow for intellectual flourishing in higher education settings. At a minimum, says Colette, a review of the Athena Swan Ireland Charter is required. Consideration should also be given to the possibility that it is now time for an Athena Swan song. Very good. Thank you very much, Colette, for this article. There's much more in it, folks, so please do go and read that great article from Colette there in The Critic. You can listen to it as well. We've got an audio, which is useful for some people. You prefer to listen. Make no bones about it. This is now happening. I need to dig that old article out. I need to dig that old stuff I put together out, and I'm going to do a proper video on why UK are actually captured. But it's going to take days of work. So you're going to have to wait for a bit until, I can put it together, and then we'll put it on the old members community so you can have a look at it and see. That's it, folks. Have a great day. That's enough. Just because, keep an eye on what's going on. Colette doing great work there. It's a real whistleblowing thing. Real whistleblowing. So I know that my folks that I know who are from Ireland, and those in particular who are taking the Winning Mindset programme for warrant teachers, will be very pleased to see the work that Colette has done. So thank you once again, Colette. Please do go and read her article. Subscribe, share, buy me a coffee. I'll see you later.